right, day two. Let's get started here. Just connecting to the charts for the first time here. It's about 8:17, it's a little late. Let me see if there's any news going on. Today, Philly Fed claims, unemployment claims, not much. 8:30 is a little spike, but that's about it. All right. All right. So what you have here with gold run up yesterday. This is that trade right here. Where was it that we caught yesterday? Something like this. Just quick. I mean, I didn't know it was going to come up to here, but I didn't want to wait that long. Came back down. Lots of attention. This was this morning, right? That's a little. Was that worrisome? Let's see. It looks worrisome on the 5-minute. However, once you zoom into the 8 o'clock candle, it's really nothing, right? It's 8:02. It was 8:02. Price came down and held this area, so no push through. Looks like it just kind of held. So too soon to do anything really. On the 1 hour, it looks like maybe we're going to continue up. There's a lot of congestion here through here. But what we continue to see is a increased attention, interest, right, displayed by the volume of trades, and then a move up, and then basically nothing, leading to buyers backing off, allowing prices to come back down. All right, more buying. This was early, 5 o'clock, and then finally run up. Profit taking maybe. But you can see none of this is getting out here, right? Maybe this might be. Look, we definitely got some volume coming in here. Let's see what this is going to do. No volume before. I'm going to get in on that. And that should be pretty quickly easy to see here. I'll buy one more of that. So I can do, how many can I do? 4 contracts, is that right? So we don't want to see this come, well, I'll start with 2. We don't want to see this come down anywhere further below that. Right, we'll probably keep these 2 together. Can we? Still learning this. We don't want to see it come any further below this area because why? Price came down, was bought up, held. Anybody home? Anybody home? Anybody home? Nope. Let's go. Okay, that's basically what we're seeing there. So I'm going to take the first profit right around here. There's that, and then let's see. Do we have any targets here? This might just run. Right, this might just run. So might just run, it might not. It might just run and it might not. What do we got over here? Anything? Anything to the left? Nothing. I mean, it might just run. So for playing, again, we're in a challenge here. Or an Earn2Trade challenge. So if we're looking at, I'm just gonna keep watching this while I look at my calculator real quick. Technically, to do it in 15 days, I've got 14 days left, and to make $8,975 because I did 25 yesterday. Divided by 14 is 640 a day. Let's call it 650 a day. And the most you can do is 270 a day. So I need to be somewhere between, or 2,700 a day, somewhere between, realistically, to do this on time, 650, 700, 720, 2,700. So I just put in 200. Oh, no, that's not right. I closed 120. So if I get another, I mean, I could just let it run and watch it. Could just let it run and watch it. I mean, it's not going to get up $27 more, right? Unless there's just no one home. What did this run from yesterday? 11 to 40, so maybe it will. Why not? Why not? Let's give us something. 29, that's too much. 21. Let's see if we can get away with 1,500. 1,500. I guess 1,800, why not? Once they run it, we'll just chase this. We'll just chase this up. So a little bit of selling coming in there, right? And we'll watch this come back down. Maybe we'll add, maybe we won't. You know, we still have to be a little aggressive because, you know, we need the very minimum. Right, if we take that 8,975 divided by, let's just say, 20 trading days in a month. So divided by 19 more, we need at least 500. Let's call it 500. At least 500 bucks even to do it in a month. If you look at what's happened while I've been kind of figuring out what I need to do, volume decreasing volume on increasing price. Some selling coming in here, maybe some initial profit taking. But if you look at these last two candles, right, that have closed, you've got more, right? If you look down here, you've got more effort to come down than it took to go up and close higher. Right, so there's some fighting going on there for sure. But for now, buyers are still able to push price up without too much effort. Right, this is a really good looking 1 hour candle. We thought that it might flip, right? Really good looking 1 hour candle. Some congestion here. Definitely some sellers coming in right there. So let's watch. I'm not ready yet to move this up to break even. Should be somewhere in the middle between these two. Because it may come down here to retest this area. We know, however, that if it gets below this, push, one of two things have happened. Okay, well, maybe one of three things have happened. Let me work through them. The first one would be is that these buyers have all gotten out here, and that's what they're done for the day, or at least they're done for this move. Maybe they're down from down here, and they're done for this move, right? That's option one if it comes down below here. Option two would be overwhelming short side pressure, just plowing through and stopping these guys out. Okay, maybe enough for these guys to come back in, but for now we know it, if that would happen, we would know that these guys would be either stopped out or closed out up here. I guess the third option would be, I know it's got to be one of those two, right? If it comes below this, it's got to be one of those two. And either way, if either of those happen, well, we're not looking to hold on our position from here and then add down here. We'd be more happy getting out of this move and looking for another setup, or we're looking to see who's in control, you know, once things play out in this area. So, you know, again, we saw this must have been some profit taking, but to this point, this candle here I'm talking about, I wonder if I can zoom in. I still don't really know enough. View. I don't know. Hopefully you can see where my cursor is here. You can see kind of the crosshairs. You can't see the cursor, I know. So profit taking or selling coming in, whether it's profit taking or short positions getting bigger. However, no follow through. No follow through. About half of this candle was recovered with no volume, right? Look at this. No volume. No volume. So we're at a point right now, there's no interest at this level. So if there's no interest at a higher level, we're going to find out one of two things. One, will it push higher and find interest, find short side interest, or will we just continue to mark up? Some volume coming in. Let's see. Who's going to take the ball and run with it? Right? So now we can move our stops up to just below this, because what do we know at that point? We know that this area there was no attention, and that buyers decided no sellers home, let's run this thing up. Now they could be looking to get out at any point here, and what I'm going to see is a climactic reversal that would know I'd be getting out. Either way, I'm in at break even plus, you know, I don't know, a couple points, right? I'm not looking to take this yet, even though it's climactic volume. It's the 830 volume. So some news, not high impact news, but some news nonetheless. So buyers from here or lower could have been using this information to get out, or they could have been using this information to ride news traders' long analysis or long prediction on the way up. We'll see. Still a lot of volume coming in. So similar volume to make much less progress. Alright, so I'm going to keep creeping this thing up behind these candles. And I'm going to leave it here. Probably leave it here. Actually, the better move would be to lock in break even right here. Okay, maybe a point or two higher. And then we'll look for either buyers getting out, or we'll look for overwhelming sales. But right now, if you look into this 1 hour chart, right? It's a 5 minute. The 5 minute just looks ridiculously strong. If you look at this 1 hour chart, we're now up above this 1844 high that we made yesterday. No selling from yesterday. And really no selling coming in. We're making higher highs on less impact here. So yeah, it's gobbling up some sellers, but not doing much. So we're at 650. What did I say we need to get to for the day? Something like that. You know, I may be confident just taking this, to be honest. I think it's gonna go up, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll wait and see. Right now, it's telling me no one's home. Got another 9 seconds left. Significantly low volume, higher prices. Significantly lower volume, higher prices. Just gonna watch for a minute. Bring this up a touch, lock in a little more profit. That's $700 from the day, something like that. I'll be right back. All right, maybe a little bit of a pullback here. You know, but doesn't look like any type of climactic sell-offs. It's the end of this 5 minute candle. It's gonna come down a little bit probably. No, I'm not really seeing anything telling me this is sell side. Seconds on this candle. I mean, we'd like to see this make a higher close, make progress right on less volume. We'll see what happens. 9 more seconds. Some sell volume coming in. Maybe some profit taken there. I'm gonna go ahead and join on the profit taking sale. I'm out on that. This may come down. If we're in this area again and we start to see some more buying, we'll look to write it back up and see if any sellers are back home. I think this is more of some selling, some profit taking. Maybe the buyer is kind of letting the foot off the gas for a minute to retest, get a bigger position before we go back up. We'll see. I'm gonna clean these up. You can see up 540 on the day, something like that. And I'm gonna walk away for a minute, and I'll be right back. All right, back having a look at this. I'm gonna look at this candle here, stopped candle. I'm gonna go ahead and get back in here. And see if they've had enough. If they haven't, I'll get out and take a loss. Take small losses, right? That's what we're looking for. Take small losses. Might be a two-legged thing here. We will see. I really don't like that arrow there. How do I get that off? Show orders, show trades. Let's see. There we go. Now it's off. You can see where I'm at over here. Right? Bought market. I guess that's what that means. Bought. There we go. Get one more in. Back to two positions here. And yeah, I'll get one out at the top. One at the top. I want to push for a little bit. You know, this is what you like to see, right? this candle right here, increased volume, pushing up. It dipped a little bit below. So, my thought process here is I like this. I like the top of this. I like this whole push up. This is all fitting in with the narrative of what I see. Now, if price comes back down below, I'm going to get a little bit of room. Right, but if price comes back down below, stops us out right there, it could come down anywhere. So let's get out there. You got to pay to play to a certain degree. Sellers still haven't decided if anybody's home. Maybe they're going to try to get lower prices. Buyers can try to get lower prices, but buyers haven't decided if anybody's home. We're seeing no interest here. If this can break above this candle, into this candle can break above into this range, we're going to go up, at least to the top here. If not, maybe we'll get lower. Maybe I'll get stopped out. We'll just go from there. Just watching here. Just really nothing coming in to go one way or another. Well, some sells coming in. This might come out and take me out. Looks like it's going to. Maybe doing a little two-legged thing here. Never did really retest this area, so maybe it's doing that. We will see. Either way, I'm happy with that trade. I'm happy with the thought process, happy with the narrative. Out on one. What other one? Hold on. Out. Out on two. See what this does. Let me clean it up. Still gotta play the narrative. If this is up here in rejection, maybe it comes down to this range. Something to watch. But this lower volume, to me, it looks like just like a little baby pullback. And what happened here is that just there's no buyers ready to come home and try this thing. So we'll keep watching. After getting faked out right here, I'm still not convinced. This isn't convincing enough. I want to see something. See something a little stronger than that. That's looking like it to me. Just the way it's behaving looks like it. We're just going to tighten up again. I'm not really ready to get out there. I think this is going to continue higher. How much that's even? 13.20. I guess that's fine. I'm going to be closing one before then. We'll watch. I mean, the narrative still speaks to, where was the driver, right? It was this candle. So if I, upon further review, I would have protected this candle, which it looks like it's doing. And with that in mind, essentially we know if it gets below this position, I know that's a little more risk. $500 puts us in the negative, but with that, we know we're out. That's where my stops should really always be, right? We know we're done. We're done with this move. We're essentially done with this move if it gets below here. This is continually making higher highs on lower volume, and eventually this is just going to mark up big time until we see some profit taking. That wasn't it. Some there, right? But that really wasn't it. And if it was profit taking, it wasn't pre-positioning short. So all these things considered, still happy with this long setup. Still happy with this narrative. Hopefully we can make some money. I'm going to watch it from here. If we're looking at just candle structure, strength of candles, right? What we're looking at in the 1 hour, it's a reversal candle with a push up. There's been some interest up here. So we'll wait and see what this does. But it just comes down to you have to be confident in what you see. I mean, this candle could just shoot down to the bottom and take me out. And I'm at a negative. But at the same time, there's always going to be risk. This looks like, it doesn't look like sellers coming in stopping that, overwhelming these buyers. Looks like buyers taking the foot off the pedal for a minute. Maybe they want lower prices. I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to see what type of seller presence to come, and if they are, they're seeing there's not much. we've got, another about 7 minutes left in this hour candle. It looks strong. This 5 minute pattern here, a push up, pull back. This candle here looks strong. I think this is going to continue up. I still do. So there's two parts of the trade, right? I think it's going to continue up, and if it gets to this point, I'm ready to get out. So if it gets to the point where this push is no longer in it, which means that it's gone against this push, we still want to get out. We still want to get out. So we'll watch him here. So looking like a little bit of volume coming in based on where the candle's jumping. Watch, another minute left in this 5 minute candle. I like for it to close up. We'll see. Some battle going on here. I normally don't like to be involved in a battle. Could just split this position and reduce risk a little bit since it is battling. I just keep my finger on the trigger here to sell one. Just trying. Some more selling here than I thought there would be, that's for sure. Or is there? It's not significant volume. It's just being matched. Closing higher on less volume than before. Okay. That's a good sign. This 5 minute candle closed up on similar volume. This 1 minute candle just closed up on less volume. So this is still looking good. This is still looking good. Now, if this was a little stronger on strength, I'd bring my stop up to here. I'm still thinking that these guys are still in charge. Here's some volume. Now, if this turns around and flips, I probably want to get out. At least half. But I'm going to get out all if it turns around and flips here. Volume coming in. Well, at least we know the risk is off at this point. And we'll watch and see what this does. So this candle, 1 minute candle before, was able to close up on volume, and then the next candle reached even higher. So what we don't want to see is significant volume, similar or more volume, and a red candle. What we do want to see is a blue candle with similar or less volume. Preferably less. Similar volume's okay. So we saw a blue candle with less. So we're feeling okay. Still feeling okay. Back up at the top here. And I'm going to go ahead and sell one off. Wait a minute, that's not what I wanted to do. Is it? What do I have open here? Still kind of learning here. What do I have open here? I've got 2 cells open. Oh, because I had the brackets on. Alright, so those are my sell stops and sell limits because I had brackets on. So I've got one open position. No stops attached to it. Oh, I closed the wrong ones. I should have closed these. What's the best way to do this? Let's turn brackets off. And I need to put in at like 18. I guess I want to break even. Do I want to break even? No, I'm gonna bring it down here. 1842. I need to put in a sell stop at 1842. Now, that's not tied to anything. So I'm going to have to be a little careful. I guess if I I'll have to flatten and cancel off. What I'm at, 16,650 for today. Increase volume up at the top, closed up. It's enough to that's enough to tell me, you know, this might come down. This 1 hour might come down a little bit. But it's enough to tell me the way this closed. The way this closed higher than it's closed all day, all week, maybe all month, with non-climactic. We're still buyers. We're still in a long setup here. Now, what it does is what it does, but we're still in a long setup here. I'm just gonna lock in break even. At this point, lock in break even. And reevaluate it. It's probably it for today. I'm just gonna watch this, so do a recap video, and we'll see you tomorrow.